The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the grass is glistening. Take a deep breath and really enjoy that morning fresh air. A perfect day for murder. Revenge stories are some of the most cathartic stories out there, and manga and manhwa are chock full of them. A little too many, actually. But when there is so much out there, are any of them actually anything more than torture porn? Well, here are 3 manhwa that give you the cathartic release of killing someone fictional so you can tolerate the people in real life whose head you just want to hold underwater until you see the bubbles stop. The first one is called Hero Killer, and in this world, there are people gifted with extraordinary supernatural abilities. Since the appearance of these people, the world's order slowly began to shift to where injustice was a common pastime for these people, villains who call themselves heroes. Our story follows a lone girl seeking revenge for her sister by eliminating every last so-called hero. Large-scale destruction, unique powers, and bright, flashy fights are the name of this game. The story has a beautifully bright art style that only helps to make the fights look even better. If you want a The Boys style manhwa, then this is the story for you.
He is mine.
The next story is called The Devil Returns to School Days. A first grade model student, Kim Hyun-sung, was pushed off a roof just before his graduation and became a vegetative patient. For 10 years, he endured hellish days with only his hearing and consciousness intact. Yet, unable to die, he suddenly returns to the day when the bullying just began. This story is so fun to watch and is really good at giving the targets of revenge a taste of their own medicine. Not to mention, the art is so clean and a wonder to look at. The last story I would recommend is an older manhwa and is in fact still in the black and white style, but is hands down one of my favorites to this day. It's called Aries. Now, don't let that janky art style fool you. It makes for one of the most interesting and compelling not only stories I have read, but worlds I have read about. The world of Aries is set in one very similar to that of historical Rome, and shares many names with Rome as we know of it in our world. The story itself begins in a peninsula constantly at war, and in a country called Kronos, where 2 young boys happen to meet over a flyer. These boys are named Aries and Michael. After a chapter of bonding over saving a damsel in distress, as young protagonists do, the boys decide to make their way together to their destination, the Temple Mercenaries. Like any mercenary group worth its salt, joining isn't first come, first serve. The boys need to pass a test. Michael handily smacks the shit out of the instructor testing him, while Aries plays a little dirtier. The 2 win their bouts and join the Temple Mercenaries. With this, Aries is one step closer to hunting down the man who killed his master, the red-eyed swordsman. Aries is one of my favorite manga of all time, solely because of how charismatic the characters are. Aries is a goofball, but shows his wit when necessary, and it's amazing to watch him slowly lose that naivety over time. He's a strong and solid moral compass you can't help but root for. Michael is hot-headed, but a natural-born leader. He is wise beyond his youth and does not hesitate to speak his mind, and the best part is that he's not arrogant. He's full and well okay with acknowledging his weaknesses and defeats. A righteous leader is the best way to describe him. I would absolutely recommend this to anyone. Comment any other revenge stories you would recommend. While taking revenge in real life is petty, there's nothing quite as cathartic as watching some sweet, sweet revenge be dished out. Thanks for watching!
I'll dump you at his feet like a rat! Colonel!
lieutenant. Don't interfere, Lieutenant. I told you I would take care of him myself.
You damn human! Don't you unearth!